Hello guys, welcome back. So today we'll be continuing on with the Linux basic commands. So having learned about the touch command the previous day, I will continue with the nano command today. So what is the nano command? Let me demonstrate. Cd tutorial, and now we have the animal text file here, as you can see right here, and now we can nano to the animal file. So what is the Nano? The Nano is basically a text editor, an inbuilt text editor for Linux. So we can do anything right now. As I had made the animal text file the previous day, I had not input any text here whatsoever. So today we can do that. So let me say that Burj Khalifa is the tallest building, and then I do control O, enter, and then control X. And so what happens is that after doing the control O, enter, and then control X, the text is saved in that file, and we get out of that file. And so how can we view the text right now? So we can do that using another command known as cat. So cat animal. So we can see that the text file in the animal file, which is the Burj Khalifa is the tallest building, which we wrote just now. So moving on, we have another command known as chmod. So what the chmod does is that it can change the permissions given to a text file or any directory for that matter. So what is this permissions? Let us first understand that. Permissions are some basic protocols which a user, a group, and a world has to maintain. So what is a user, group, and world? A user is the main administrator of your system. That is you who is running the system. And the group is that if we have several people working on a project or something, we can make a group of those people in our system. But we have the administrator of the system, but we can also have several other people using our system, right? So those other people will not have the root access to our system. However, we may give certain rights to those people. So those people are put inside a group, and then we can give certain permissions to them. And aside from the owner and group, we also have the world. So what is the world? The world is basically anybody which includes you and the group as well. So anybody and everybody includes the world. So let me do ls minus l so that you can understand it better. So as you can see here, the there are 9 dash. You can see if you look carefully, right? So actually the read write execute is the first three. It signifies for the user. The next three, which is r dash x, is actually signifies for the group, and then the next r dash x signifies for the world, and the d here signifies a directory. This dash here signifies a file. So as you can see, the animal is actually a file, and the d such as a, I, France, and etc., they are all directories, right? So what happens is that we give the user a read, write, and execute permission. The R stands for read, W stands for write, and X stands for execute. So those have numerical values. Read stands for 4, W stands for 2, and X is for 1. So what is read, write, and execute? So read basically helps us to view a text file or any directory. What do I mean by viewing a directory is that anything inside a directory, such as files and directory, are also visible as well. So that is for read. W is for write. What is write? Basically, it helps us to edit a text file or anything inside a directory. And X stands for execute. So execute will help us to uh, see a text file as a program which is executable. So we can execute that program in a way in an environment where a program is executable, right? So if as you can see right here, for animal, the user that is rwx, has all the permissions, that is read, write and execute. The group does not have all the permissions. As you can see, the dash marks the absence of the right permission here, right? And so the world also has the same permission, which is it does not have the right permission. So how can we change the permissions assigned to a user, group and world? As I just said, the read, write and execute have three different numerical values attached to them. Write has 4, read has 4, write has 2 and execute has 1. So if we want to give all the every permission to every user, group and world, what we do is that we do chmod 777. The first 7 here stands for the user, the second 7 is for the group, and this last 7 is for world. So the user has all the as you can see, all of them have all the permissions. So if you do 4 plus 2 plus 1, we get 7, right? So basically it gives the user, group and the world all the permissions. So you do chmod 777 animal, and we do now ls minus l, and now we can see that the animal file has all the permissions given to it, right? So the user can read, write and execute, the owner can read, write and execute, and the world can read, write and execute, right? So if we do not want that, we can again do chmod 755. So what 755 does is that it will not give the right permission to the group and the world. So how can we know that? Because the numerical value attached to right is 2. So 7 minus 2 is 5, right? So it does not give the right permission to the group and world. So we do 755 animal, and we do ls minus l again, and now we see that it has reversed back to the same status it was in previously. So read, write and execute, read, execute and read, execute. So moving on, I will now demonstrate the command known as chgrp or chgroup. So what the chgroup does is that it will change the group ownership of a file or a directory. So how every we need to understand that every file or directory here is owned by somebody, right? So in this case, everything is owned by the root, which is me, who is accessing the files and directories. So if I want to change the group ownership of a file or a directory, for my example I will take the animal text file for as an example. I will say do chgroup and then name a group. I have already have a group named as HAWKS hawks in my system, so I will use that, and then the text file animal. Now doing that, if we do ls minus l, we will see that the group ownership of the file animal has been changed to hawks. Previously it was root, right? So as you can see here, it was root, but now it has been changed to HAWKS hawks. And the next command I will show you is chown, chown, and as you have probably guessed, it is used to change the ownership or the user ownership of the file. So this here, the root here signifies the group ownership, the user ownership, and this one here will signify the group ownership. So as I do chown and then the owner name, I already have an owner named as soap, so SOAP, and then the file name, which is animal, and I do ls minus l. So as you can see now, the user ownership has been changed from root to soap, and as previously as it was, the group was changed to hawks, so it remains the same, and now the user has been changed to soap. So that's it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed the lesson, and we'll meet again in the next session. Goodbye.